In the previous episode, we saw how Seo-jun's new house was finished, but as he entered his room, he heard a weird noise. Inside, Seo-jun saw the scythe rabbit smashing up the gray rabbit, so Seo-jun gave them some space. But outside, a corrupted ent attacked. Although Seo-jun managed to kill it because of his increased agility, it was not the end. Seo-jun heard someone marching toward them, and a tensed Kyung, grabbing Seo-jun's leg, was calling him to turn back. The husband Gray Rabbit was trying to comfort his wife, but as Seo-jun turned back, he got devastated, and a weird, creepy army of small trees was marching toward them. Seo-jun was left speechless as hundreds of baby ent trees continued to march toward him. Today's like goal is 6,900. Drop hashtag Scythe Rabbit in the comments and subscribe to the channel if you want me to keep making videos like this. Thank you. Now let's continue. When Kyung, furious, started to grow larger, Seo-jun also took out his dagger, ready to smash some branches with his battle stance. He turned back and commanded the Gray Rabbits to call all their rabbit army and anyone else who could fight. The Gray Rabbit ran as fast as he could, wasting not a single second. Meanwhile, Kyung, furiously marching forward with serious, deadly eyes, jumped, baring his fists and growling. This even surprised all the small branch ents, but before they could do anything or dodge, Kyung slammed into the ground, smashing multiple small corrupted trees into small pieces, creating small shockwaves. But Kyung didn't stop there. He couldn't forget the feeling of being violated by the big corrupted ent. Like a madman, Kyung started to smash the small corrupted ents into pieces. They didn't even get a chance to fight back. They were just getting smashed. Seo-jun also sprang into action with his dagger. With his agility, he started to slash some small corrupted ents in half with ease, and they instantly died on the spot, releasing their thick, sticky liquid and making hissing sound. Seo-jun was confused and questioned where the hell these nasty things came from. But just then, from behind, the warrior rabbit and the sickle rabbit were the first to come to help. Seo-jun commanded them that no matter what, they had to stop them from invading their home or all their crops, including many baby rabbits, would die. They couldn't let that happen. The warrior rabbit, ready for some action, summoned his hammer with a serious face, shouting, "I am the Black Warrior Rabbit, and the time to show my skill has come." While saying this, he dashed toward the ents, and one by one he started to smash and destroy the ents with the back of his hammer with ease. Seo-jun was left standing, amazed, and complimented the Black Rabbit, saying he looked very cool while attacking. The Black Rabbit winked cutely, signaling Seo-jun to leave the matters in his capable hand. Suddenly, a corrupted branch scout attacked the Black Rabbit from behind while he was busy showing off and not ready to defend himself, but it was futile. In mid-air, the branch was slashed into half, then into multiple pieces, the pieces flying in mid-air in slow motion, chopped like a vegetable. It was the scythe rabbit who had cut the branch scout with his scythe and incredible accuracy. Well, he was in a good mood after smashing the Gray Rabbit and wanted some action. The warrior rabbit, this time watching the scythe rabbit land on the ground and the pieces of ent falling behind him, felt amazed. The scythe rabbit turned toward the warrior rabbit, teaching and scolding him, saying, "Don't get distracted while in battle or you might get killed. Learn some battle tactics from me." The warrior rabbit was just left standing dumbfounded, but before he could reply, the rabbit gang was here. The craftsman rabbit had brought multiple farmer rabbits to fight alongside them. Even the baby chubby rabbit, despite his difficulty walking, showed immense strength. But it was not the end. All the queen bees with her worker bees and the entire rabbit army came to help. The war between the corrupted branches and the cute monsters of Seo-jun's army had begun. The queen bee and the honeybee army attacked the corrupted entities from the air, while the farmer rabbits and craftsman rabbits joined the fight with whatever they had. Those without weapons even started biting the branches, telling the evil creatures to go to hell and leave their home, and the worker bees were piercing the ents with their stingers, giving them a painful death. Seo-jun, now unfazed, fought the scouts bravely, effortlessly cutting them into halves with his dagger. Realizing that most branch scouts were defeated, he encouraged his monster army to keep fighting as they had almost killed all of them. Just a little more, and victory was theirs. Everyone heard and agreed, but suddenly, The black rabbit screamed at Seo-jun to look behind him. He was very worried and tense, but it was too late. Multiple corrupted ents with stomping power were now marching toward them from the forest. Seo-jun was shocked. Just one fully grown ent was so difficult to kill, and now there was a whole freaking army of those, even larger than the last. Seo-jun was left standing, not knowing what to do, and to make matters worse, the corrupted ents, with golden yellow eyes turning crimson red, advanced towards Seo-jun and his army. Seeing the large branch scouts made Seo-jun's face turn pale, not knowing how many more were there. Finally, he decided not to be hasty and started running away from the corrupted large tree. He told all his monster army to run for now before he thinks of a new plan. But who needs a plan when you have a cute little baby bear who becomes large and humongous when the time comes? Kyung dashed toward the ents with a smile on his face, shouting, "I'm here to save my dad!" And bam! He slammed himself into a large, corrupted tree, trying to do everything to save his dad and his monster family, to run into a safe distance. He was determined to save everyone. Even Seo-jun turned around as he heard the baby bear's speech, who wanted the tree to not bother his dad. Kyung was really mad and was using all his strength, but just like before, he couldn't defeat the last giant ent, so this one, even bigger, was even more challenged. Kyung was barely able to just hold one large corrupted tree, and more were marching from behind. Seo-jun started to get worried, as Kyung alone would not be able to fight with everyone. He might die if things continued like that. Seo-jun also knew that the mother bear was down in the forest with Theo, and the distance between the wasteland and his house was too far to call the Ox Demon King. As Seo-jun was distracted, a large corrupted tree appeared behind him and was about to slam into him. Seo-jun's agility was not quite high, but this was the monster of the 99th floor. All Seo-jun could do was react to the sound of the corrupted tree and look back. He was not fast enough to dodge the attack and was just about to get smashed. Suddenly, the Ox Demon King slashed the large tree scout with his massive axe into half, like smashing an ant, surprising Seo-jun to the core. He couldn't believe the Minotaur King came to save him. Seo-jun was speechless. He really thought he was a goner today. Seo-jun had many questions to ask, but first, the Minotaur King, with a warm smile, first asked Seo-jun if he was okay, if he was injured, and continued, turning back, showing Seo-jun that everyone came to help. As Seo-jun turned around, he saw both Ox 2 and Rainy Mountain fighting the corrupted ents. Ox number 2 was just body slamming an ent, and Rainy Mountain was casually punching them to death. But it was not the end. From behind, Seo-jun heard loud smashing sound, and multiple large ents were thrown high into the sky, all smashed into pieces. As we got a closer look, it was none other than our Seo-jun's lovely wifey. She was also furious. How could these filthy, nasty things try to harm Seo-jun? Furiously crazy mad, she, with just raw strength, was tearing the corrupted trees apart without giving them any chance to even blink their eyes. Even the Minotaur King noticed the mother bear so furious and thought why she was so angry. He had never seen her so furious before. Seo-jun couldn't understand how these creatures had known about the attack, and he asked the Minotaur King how they had reached here. But suddenly, a notification popped up, informing Seo-jun that the tower manager had called them here to help him. Aileen, very happy, explained that she noticed the corrupted Ent's army approaching Seo-jun's farm, so she reached out to the Minotaur King and the Mother Bear and asked for their help. The Dragon Lady laughed loudly, telling Seo-jun that he could always trust her, and as long as she was alive, she would not let a hair on Seo-jun's head get damaged. "What? I can't handle so much romance," Seo-jun thought. Hearing this, Seo-jun smiled. He even blushed a little and thanked Aileen for the support. Seo-jun was really touched that everyone came together to help him. He was really, really happy today. So now, Seo-jun was standing with his dagger, his 3 queen bees, the Minotaur King ready for Seo-jun's command. All the rabbits were also standing with their weapons, and Kyung was barely able to hold himself, like Hulk. With Seo-jun's command, "Avengers, assemble!" Everyone got into position, ready to fuck the corrupted trees up. Seo-jun even promised to cook delicious food and hold a grand feast once all this mess was over. Upon hearing the promise of food, The ox's army started drooling over their armor. Even the mother bear and the baby bear, along with the black rabbit, began jumping with joy at this announcement. The queen bee landed comfortably on Seo-jun's shoulder, ready for some action. With a confident smile, Seo-jun raised his arm and shouted, "Attack!" With his command, the second phase of the war began, as all the monsters charged towards the corrupted Ents, motivated by the promise of eating Seo-jun's meat and his special juice at the grand feast. Meanwhile, on the 67th floor, in what was once the lizard's dense forest, now it had become a deserted land without even a single blade of grass left, with red locusts' dead bodies scattered everywhere. The wolf chief and Theo surveyed the dire situation. Theo, a little confused, questioned, "Didn't the 67th floor used to be a dense forest? But there's not even grass for miles?" The chief explained that all the places where the red locusts passed became desolate like this, not leaving a single blade of grass. Shocked by the devastation caused by the red locusts, but noticing multiple wolf workers still laboring in the field to rebuild the area, Theo curiously asked the wolf chief what his tribe was doing. They were only paid to transport the red locusts, so why are they also doing labor work? The wolf chief replied that they had received a request from the lizard men to clean up the ruined land, as the lizard men were short on workers while fighting the red locusts. Theo asked if the wolf chief was getting paid, but the chief replied, "No, I'm not getting paid. Anyways, it wasn't that difficult. It was an easy piece of work, so I agreed to do so." This made Theo furious. He started to scream in anger, scolding the chief, shouting, "Are you a pushover?" While still furious, Theo started to walk east. The chief, worried, asked Theo where he was going, and Theo replied that things couldn't go on like that. Turning back with an annoyed tone, he said he would be going to get the wolves the money they deserve. The scene shifted to a lizard man emergency camp where a yellow lizard man was guarding the camp. Theo, standing in front of him, all confident and proud, demanded the lizard man guard to move as he was there to meet their leader. This pissed the lizard man guard off, and he refused Theo entry, saying not just anyone can go and meet their leader. Now this made Theo mad, and he started to raise his voice, shoutingly saying that he is not just anyone and should be treated with respect. Theo demanded to call Iona or something. Hearing Theo casually mentioning Iona like they were childhood buddies made the guard believe Theo was just a random dude bluffing. This only made Theo angrier, and he started to threaten the guard, saying to just wait until he met Iona. He would make sure to teach the guard a lesson, as Iona and he had a very important relationship. Theo was already loud, and this sentence shocked everyone. Everyone's attention turned toward Theo, wondering just who the hell this cat was. Meanwhile, Theo stood there, all furious, with every other creature staring at him, thinking if he was Iona's boyfriend. Elka, the chief, couldn't take it anymore. If he continued to be Theo's bodyguard, his blood pressure would soon skyrocket.